Some days I really get tired of wearing these fedora hats. I must admit. Some days it does become a little bit on the tiring side. Today my cat may be in and out of the scenes because she knows I'm a little sad today, so she's comforting. So this is the pre-concert, y'all. This is my last concert for a little bit. We're going to be doing concerts again at the end, hopefully at the end of February. Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit different. I do want to talk a little bit more, but obviously I'm still going to be playing. It's a little bit of a reflection of what it's been like as a first year out of college doing concerts virtually. What I've learned, some key learning points, and also what's to come, because even though things are changing, I'm not stopping providing mental health through music. Hey, Deranger. Welcome, welcome in. Hey, Bay. Bay. If she's around, she'll come. But that's all I kind of got. She's on her own. And ironically, she's not a big fan of music. Sometimes. Other times, she just loves music. But yeah, she may make an appearance. She made an appearance right before I started the recording. I was like, oh, wow. It's pretty cool. And then she found something. I wonder where she is. Let me check right outside my room, because she might just be right there. So this is Bay. Well, I can't really turn off the piano. Sometimes she walks on it. But yeah, this is our cool cat. She is part of the family for 2 weeks now. Yeah. There she goes. Okay, how we doing on time? But yeah, this is Cool Cat. This is our Cool Cat day. Okay, I'm gonna let her go on and explore the world. If she wants to. You like the colors? You like all the colors? See you looking at your shadow. I'm gonna get her down now. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. And she's back. She may be back here for a while. So she'll be in and out, most likely. Now since she's invited into the showroom. Nonetheless. Yeah, it's just about time. Well, we do. Well, we got 2 minutes, so I'll wait a little bit. Hello, hello, and good evening. Welcome to our virtual wellness concert here on Imanni Music. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope that you're having a fantastic evening. And if you're not, that's okay, because these concerts are all about providing you a space where you can feel better, where you can grow, where you can heal. So I want to thank you for coming out today, either if you're live with me right now or if you're watching that replay. I want to give a special announcement today. This will be the last concert for a little bit. I will most likely be doing another concert at the end of February, but February is going to be all about teaching, the love of teaching, as we have Valentine's Day coming up. So there's going to be a new lesson video popping up on this YouTube page every single day starting February 1st until the 29th, because there are 29 days in February. This time. Many times it's 28. And yeah. So nonetheless, we're going to see how that rolls about and goes with teaching lessons. Lessons have been teaching new people has been going well on TikTok, and I want to see if I can expand this out to another audience on YouTube. So in ode to the act of teaching, I also want to tell y'all some little secrets of things that I've learned, a little bit of like a 1-year reflection, because I mean, it's kind of been 9 months. It hasn't been a full year yet since I've been doing online concerts. A lot of things have changed. These concerts used to be held on stageit.com, which is a little backwards place on the internet. And they're not backwards in like their morals or their standards or anything like that, or how they pay musicians. I love how they pay their musicians. It's fantastic. But their software is just really difficult to use. Not really on my end, but for all of y'all. So I feel for y'all. And that's one of the reasons why we changed platforms. And the second place we were at was on my website, which is imannimusic.com. I'll put that link in later. I'm pretty sure I put the link in the description. If you open up the description to this concert and scroll down, you'll be able to see the link for the website and learn more about that. You can even possibly see some past concerts if I have yet to archive them to a different location. So we went there for a month and a half, maybe a month, and then we jumped on to YouTube. I think that was around December. We jumped on here consistently, and we've been here ever since, and now we're going to be taking a little bit of a break. But today is not the day of the break. Today is a day to get some mental health healing, and some education too. So I will be talking and giving y'all some beautiful, relaxing music. So without further ado, let's get started with tonight's concert with some instrumentals. I'd like you to close your eyes and allow the music to take you on a journey. And thank you for listening to that little instrumental imagery adventure we just had. I hope you had the chance to close your eyes and just allow the music to fill your mind with different images, with different pictures, with different thoughts. Okay, y'all, I'm curious who's in the chat, so I'm going to check out the chat for a moment. And then I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit, and I'll play some music as well. Love you too, Nathan. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, sweet. Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you so much for listening. And we got Deranger saying, I bet Bay is camera shy a little bit. You tell us that Bay doesn't like music, but then she plays some tunes for us on her own. She did. She very much so did. And then we have Lori Potager saying, hello, fellow cool cats. Awesome. Beautiful. I'm so glad that we have a little community going on here. It's really, really nice. So yeah. Heck, I don't even know what to say some days. Before the concert, I had a little like spell of like doing a pre-concert where I literally just spoke my heart out, where I was saying all the things I didn't really like about doing concerts. How sometimes it kind of feels like you're being pulled by a rope and you're not really in control of anything that you're doing. It's kind of a problem. It was more of a problem on different platforms. But there is one thing I did want to tell y'all about that wasn't petty about myself. I want to talk to you about my experiences of being a music fan and of running a business for 1 year. Because there's some extraordinary things that I've learned that I bet you never even thought about. So before I started the business, you know, I liked Alicia Keys, I like Michael Jackson, I like classical music, I like a lot of deceased artists and a lot of living artists. I love Aretha Franklin, and I called myself a fan. I considered myself a fan because I listened to their song at some point in my life, and I love who they are. At some point I might have researched a little bit into who they are, and that was kind of it. But then I started a music business, and I learned that being a fan, it's so much more than that. And I had no idea, because I was not even being a fan to the musicians whom I love. So these days, I am more of a fan to the artists, to the creators, and I think it really is more the creators when it comes to me, because there's one newscaster, I won't give out names or anything like that, everyone has different opinions and stuff like that. So just imagine your favorite creator, and I like you to ask yourself, what do I do to get to their content? What's the trigger in my life that tells me that I need to check them out, check out what's new? Is it the algorithm, or do I personally decide to actually engage with this person's content? Because I started realizing that there's some artists, there's some friends and family in my life that I realize I support them, I love them, I give them advice, but then I realize, oh my God, I'm not their fan. I'm not a fan. I was like, I do all the things, but I realize I'm not a fan. And then it really hit me hard, because I was doing all the things, I wanted to support them, but then I realized that it wasn't the same exact thing. And it was very interesting. Now, I think it's wonderful that friends and family support new businesses, and I think that that is essential. That's the only way that you get started. You got to start somewhere. But I think a lot of people, and if you're watching this, listening to this, and you started something new, it doesn't have to be a new business, it could be something new where you're creating something for yourself. You're not working for someone else, but you're doing something different. I think the first step is to tell your friends and family, and then I think the next step really is to take a second, maybe get a whiteboard or get a piece of paper and write down who supports, who likes you, and then who likes what you're doing, because there's a big difference between the two that I didn't really realize until 12 months later afterwards. So I'm hoping that these words connect with someone out there, because I'm going to tell you the truth. When it comes to digital consumption of things, many times we are led by the leash type of thing. And I hate to admit it like that. I hate to say it like that. But over the course of a year, I've had to really, really take a moment to step back and really think about, what do I like? And what is the internet telling me that I like? Because things have gotten so difficult to discern these days. It's really hard. People question, and some creators are saying there's a, what was it, like I think it was like a viewage depression or something like that, some type of coined word or something to describe that people are not rewatching things anymore. People aren't going back to old things anymore. And a big question is like, why is that happening and stuff like that? Well, a big reason why that's happening is partly due to just the internet and the way the internet is these days. But this is what I'm trying to say, because this is all about mental health, and I really am saying this for y'all out there. I want you to take a moment to just think, what do you like? Take a piece of paper out, open up the Notes app on your phone, do something where you're separated from that online Wi-Fi world. And I want you to take a moment to just ask yourself, what do I like? What do I want? What do I need out of life? From what I do. Am I doing the right thing with my time? Time is short. I recently had a passing in my family, and it makes you think. It makes you think real hard about time and about life and about values. So I want you to take a moment to think. And while you think about that, I'm going to give you some self-affirmations that I hope will help you feel good and remember just how incredible and beautiful you are. I want you to remember that you are beautiful. No matter what the internet says, no matter what you see online, no matter what you see in front of you, beauty is not only on the outside, but it's on the inside. And as long as you keep your body healthy, as long as you're feeding yourself the right things, and when I say feeding yourself, I don't mean just food, I mean words, I mean situations, I mean who you're spending time with, what you do with your time. As long as you're treating your body right, your body is beautiful. And even if you weren't before, that does not mean that you aren't beautiful. Beauty is from the inside. It's a choice. And I think a lot of us forget that it's a choice to be beautiful. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. I want you to know that you are loved. I know that in my darkest times, sometimes I forget that the person who loves me the most is myself. The person that loves me more than life itself, because love is that fire that allows you to keep going, to keep pushing on, is myself. And yes, I have a higher power that helps me when I'm feeling low, and I pray and I give thanks. But at the end of the day, I have to make that decision. I have to make the decision to live, to love myself. So know that you are loved. And even when you can't feel it, there's someone out there that loves you. Loves that you're alive, loves that you're breathing, loves that you're here. You know, some days I don't feel loved, and it reminds me of a moment I went on to Reddit. I made an account with Reddit because I realized I was using Reddit a lot and did not have an account. And I went onto the mental health sites, and I saw people just telling other people, strangers that they don't know at all, that you are loved. You are loved. We love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for expressing your emotions. Thank you for existing. You'd be surprised how many people really love you, but might not know about you. I've been telling people over the course of the last week and a half, and I'm going to keep on saying it until it sinks in with everyone. Location, location, location. And it's not just about real estate. Or retail. I mean, it does matter where you put that shop, but it's not just about real estate here. Location, location, location is about where you put yourself. Sometimes it is as easy as going to the same coffee shop several days in a row to all of a sudden start building relationships with with workers there, with other people that is their morning routine as well. Location. And it's okay to change your location. It's okay to change your habits, because change is the way that we grow. So I want you to know that you are loved. You are very much so loved. Not only by yourself, but by so many people in this world that just don't know you yet. And last but not least, I want to tell you that you are capable. You are capable of wonderful and beautiful things. The skill, that creativity, it lives inside of you, and it's unique to every single individual person. You are capable of not only, you're capable of so many more things than you realize. There's a lot of people who prematurely decide they decide that they're not capable of taking in a deep breath and letting it go. There's a lot of people that say that. And I know I'm saying some hard truths here. But I want to say the truth. For once. There's a lot of people that aren't capable, that don't think, I said that wrong. Everyone's capable. There's a lot of people that think they aren't capable, that tell themselves they aren't capable, and because they say that to themselves, they make themselves not capable, even though they are. It's so strange how words can do that. Sometimes I hear words I say being spoken by other family members, words I've stopped saying because I've gone to therapy and my therapist has told me, hey, that phrase is really unhealthy for you. Words are powerful. Sometimes we don't even know the weeds that are growing beneath our own feet, tangling us inside of something we barely even recognize. Words are very powerful. So I want you to know that you are capable. And if you tell yourself you are capable, that's the first step. It's not the only step, but it's definitely the first step into making changes that can transform your life. Thank you for listening to Self-Affirmations with Imanni Music. I hope you were able to soak in those words. I hope they were able to touch your heart. I hope the stories I told about the words helped bring a new profoundness to it. Because these little things, all these little things are so powerful and so amazing. And I want you to remember that. Out of everything, I really want you to remember that. I'm going to take a little check at those comments and see how y'all are doing out there in cyberspace. And then we're going to get to our next section. Okay, cool. I didn't miss anything. Fantastic. Okay, y'all. I see that the time is 6:30, so our regular part of this show has concluded. However, there's still the after party, as always. So I'm going to play some relaxing music for y'all. And feel free to stay. Feel free to have it playing in the background. And I also want to, before closing this out, tell you about what we're going to be doing in February. I spoke of it earlier, but it's all going to be about teaching music. But not only music, but mental health inside of music. In my life, and one of the big reasons why I am taking a little bit of a pause from doing these concerts is because it literally hit me moments before doing this concert, because I got very anxious. That's one of the reasons why Bae has kind of been like up with me, because I think she feels it. I've just been very anxious about the whole ending one thing and beginning another thing that's not exactly definite and stuff like that. And I was really anxious, and I couldn't get out of bed, and I took a nap, and then I woke up, and I could not separate dreaming from being awake. And it was a little terrifying. It's very terrifying. But I called some people, and eventually I got someone on the phone, but that's not really what helped me out of it. I played one of my songs, and I listened to the words, and I remembered who I am. And what I do with music teaching is not teaching people to listen to my music. It's teaching people to create music, to appreciate music, to hear music in a way where they're able to heal. Because we in America waste a lot of money on various different things that semi-help you and have pretty bad side effects. I was diagnosed with depression about 4 years ago. Dear God, I think it's 4 years ago now. 4 years ago, and yes, I take medication for depression also. Medication isn't the only solution, though. I see it as only half the solution, and one of my therapists told me that earlier in my life, and I no longer have that therapist in my life. They turned out to not really be that good of a therapist in other fashions, but I always take the good out of every situation. And one thing they told me was that to always remember that medication's only half the solution. Therapy is the other half. And therapy, I've told myself, doesn't have to just be via going to see a counselor, going to see a therapist, which is very important. But when I was hospitalized for depression, I realized how much I needed music, and I realized that one of the reasons why I was hospitalized was because I told myself that there's no hope in music anymore. And then after I got out of the hospital, after many months of exposure therapy back into music, because I would get very anxious to the point where it was difficult to breathe, and I'd have stomach problems. I even got had doctor's appointments about stomach stuff, which turned out all to just be the anxiety of the music stuff. But why did all that happen? Because I lost faith and I lost hope in the ability of music to heal me. So at the end of the day, I'm no longer thinking about trying to please other people, which is a problem I know a lot of people have, and I know I've had it for a very long time, and it took a very long time before I was able to really just be me and appreciate what I do. So I have a little bit of a truth to tell you, that after these concerts are over, I listen to my concerts on SoundCloud. I post them on SoundCloud, and it's healing most of the time, many of the time. No, it's healing at the right times. I guess that's the best way to say it, because different music is meant for different times. But I don't rewatch these concerts. And I realized that, the very first thing, whatever you do, whatever you're doing in life, I beg you that the very first thing is just to make sure that you're making sure that you're okay, that you're healthy, that you're getting what you need, understanding that life is not just shelter and food. Yes, they are very important. And water, please drink water. Yes, they are very important. Your body is very important, but this is a yin-yang situation, y'all. It's the mind, body, and soul, everything together. But most especially, your mind and your body. Personally, I believe the soul kind of reaches into the mind and the body together. I don't know how to say it in a way other than what I'm saying. I just want you to know. You gotta love your mind. You gotta treat your mind right. You gotta make sure that you're spending enough time giving your mind what it needs to feel whole and figuring out who you are. You gotta spend that time. So when I realized that listening to music that I wrote was so impactful, and realized that I could also listen back to my lesson videos and really learn things about mental health that I just forget. I forget things. That's when I realized that those are the two avenues that I need to keep going. And right now, with concerts, it's changed a lot. Before, it used to be cover songs, and we would do a mental health quote, and then we changed it up into doing mental health, our virtual wellness concerts that we have right now. And I feel healed doing this. I feel healed talking to y'all. But it's the fact that I don't feel healed. I can't watch this back afterwards that tells me that there's something better. I gotta trust my gut. There's something better out there that I'm supposed to be doing with this time. And I'm gonna start doing it. I don't know what it is, but I'm just walking in faith. And I know that this time slot where I'm usually doing this concert is going to be filled with something else. And that's going to make a big impact not only in my life, but in the lives for all y'all cool cats out there too. So please, if you haven't subscribed yet, press that subscribe button so that you get notifications on your feed that new videos have come. Our music lesson videos are not just about lessons. They're not just about learning how to play the piano, learning how to sing. Many times you don't even need an instrument in order to watch and engage with these lesson videos. They're all about equipping you with music as a medication, as a medication resource, using music as a type of medication to help you with what you're doing. Because we all need a little bit of help. And it's rare that someone's giving you help for free. So, I like to be that person. It kind of helps you out. Realize that, hey, music is always wink, wink, nudge, nudge, been here. And it's free. And I hope at the very least I can just inspire you to think about music as a way of healing in different types of ways, bringing it into your life. God, it's been such a fantastic gift to know what I know, to feel what I feel with music. And it's not unique to me. It's not unique to musicians. You don't have to have certain genes or whatever to be able to do this. All you gotta do is believe, because you are capable of amazing, beautiful musical things. Okay, y'all. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night, and I hope it's mentally healthy the rest of your week. This has been Imanni from Imanni Music. Thank you so much for joining us for this concert. Also, the next concert we're planning for the end of February. That's the plan, tentative. I don't exactly know what's going to be happening, but thank you so much. I wanted to make this video for you. I didn't want to just leave you out in the dark and just stop concerts all of a sudden. I want to explain to you why. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have a mentally healthy rest of your day. Love you, man. Thanks, Jor, for coming out. Okay, I'll see y'all later.